Hi everybody, welcome to the studio at LDRS Creative. I've noticed I do this a lot. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, welcome. Tonight is our Tuesday live. It's so weird. I don't know, I have such a hard time keeping track of which day of the week it is. But anyway, welcome everybody. So happy to have everybody here. I put up, if you guys are part of the Facebook group, well, if you're not part of the Facebook group, then we'd love for you to be. And if you are, then thank you for being. But I put up some pictures there just before we went live, just kind of saying, hey, we're going live in a couple of minutes. But there's some photos of the rearrangement of the studio area, so you guys could see kind of where we are when we're sitting here and everything. You can't see what's behind me only because I'm all hooked up and connected to stuff, and I couldn't go far enough away to get that shot, but it kind of lets you see everything that's in front of me and all the lights and all the screens and all that stuff. And I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's a really cool setup. So Alan did a really fantastic job. So yay, Alan. Anyway, for those of you that got the pirouette pattern template system from HSN, don't forget we have a revised instruction sheet, and I just need you to send me, this is for the template number 4, which is the bonus template. It's the bonus background template. It's the one that's on the back of the master template. And we had a little issue with the instruction sheet, so just send us an email at customerservice@ldrscreative.com, and we will get a new instruction sheet sent over to you right away. So that will make it very, very easy for you. So anyway, so welcome everybody. Yay! I have no idea who's here. Alan hasn't let me know yet, and I can no longer see the screen. So that's the one screen I can't see. I can see everything else. But anyway, anybody who might be new here, we always have a little bit of a giveaway at the end. And the only way that we can draw your name is if we know that you're here. And the only way we know you're here is if you leave a comment of some sort. It can just be a hello, hey, I'm from Maryland, I'm from New York, I'm from the UK, whatever it is. But just let us know that you're here. That way you get in the running for the giveaway. And you can also ask questions, and you can just chat amongst yourselves or whatever. Alan will be posting questions to me so that I can answer. Well, we'll try and get as many answered as we can, but he's actually managing three different locations. He's got YouTube, Facebook page, and Facebook group, and he's managing all three. So he may not be able to get all of the questions to me, but he does do his best. I think we've got Stephanie and possibly, do we have Linnea on tonight too? Don't know. I don't know yet. Okay, well, I know we've got Stephanie out there, and we usually have Linnea, so hello, girls. And they usually try and answer, questions if they can as well. They're both on our design team. Stephanie is actually our design team leader, so they know a lot about our products. Anyway, tonight we're going to be featuring the most amazing Bursting Bouquet stencil. This is part of our February collection. And I am absolutely bonkers about stencils right now. They're incredibly popular. But aside from that, I love them. I love that you can, I really, really like the idea of being able to pick and choose how I want to do something. I mean, I like when things are all ready for me and everything, and I just, grab stamps and stamp them. But I also love when I can be super creative and really customize things, like with the stencils. So I thought, I'm going to do stencils 3 different ways, and that was a little bit of an accident, because I thought I'm going to come to the studio and I'm going to get prepped and everything, and I had it planned out. I was going to do stencils 2 ways, and then I screwed up and I did the wrong size of something, and you'll know what I mean in a moment when I show you. And so then I ended up going, well, all right, but I had this plan, so I want to follow through with the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and make a 3rd option. And so now we're doing stencils 3 ways. So we're going to get to that, and we're going to switch cameras if my trusty hubby will do so. And we'll get started. Alrighty, so.
You had a request.
You have a request for what?
I had a request.
I had a request for what?
Show that close up.
Oh.
Close up means putting it on the bottom.
What?
Putting it down.
Putting it down?
Yes. Remember we turned autofocus on?
Okay, so there was a request to show this card. This was the one that we did last week.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any more about that?
No.
No? Okay. So this is the card that we did last week. This has nothing to do with what we're doing now, but somebody asked to see this card. We've got a full video on this card from last week as well. But this is the one. This uses the Happy Egg Hunt stamp set and the beautiful alpha stamps and the, what is it called? Pretty Patterns Slimline. So there we go. There's that card. I love that card. It's so pretty. Okay. So we're going to be working with Bursting Bouquet. Mine is dirty. That's why it looks like this. Mine's also sticky because I sprayed mine. This is what it looks like basically. This is when it's colored up. So this is a 6x6 stencil. You get one stencil in here, and it is an amazing stencil. A beautiful, beautiful bouquet of, you know, different kinds of flowers. We have roses in there amongst some other things. I just think it's absolutely lovely. So I thought I would feature that today. And I ended up pulling out a few other things, as I do, of course. I ended up pulling out this plaid stencil. I'm going to try and incorporate that because I haven't used it in a while. This is one of my favorite stencils of all time. So I'm going to be using that, potentially. What else did I end up grabbing? I ended up grabbing the Get Well stack. This Get Well stack is also part of the February collection. You stamp one time. All of these sentiments are part of one stamp. So you stamp once, and then you use the sentiment stack coordinating die to cut them out, and then you end up with a gazillion beautifully stamped, perfectly stamped, and perfectly die cut and framed sentiments. And I always put them in the back of my packaging so that they're ready for me to grab. So we're going to play with that too, just a little bit. And then what else do I have in here? Let's see. What else? What other? Oop, oop, oop. I can't show you that. I'm also going to be using the Slimline corner scallop. And then for those of you, let me turn this way so it fits in the screen. For those of you that went shopping on HSN last week, if you were able to nab this Slimline Envelope Die Set, this is an amazing, amazing die set. You can see how gargantuan it is. It is quite large. You will need a larger die cutting machine for this, simply because this die is 9.2 inches. So, you know, keep that in mind. But it is absolutely wonderful. I mean, you could technically probably, you could use this one. Actually, I shouldn't say you will need a larger one, die cutting machine. You can do this on a smaller plate. It is better to have like one of those extended plates, but if you don't have that, then you could line it up, put it through halfway, and, you know, your machine, and then pull the whole tray back out, turn the whole sandwich around, and then slide the other side in, and then come back out with it. You could do that. So you don't have to have the large one. But anyway, we're going to play with this. We had a question come in. Somebody was asking about what are these two dies for? And these are actually just decorative edge or border dies. So I'm going to show you how I did that as well. So we're going to play with that just a little bit. So let me go ahead. Actually, we're going to start with that. So let me move things back on over here and get out my trusty stuffs. So we're going to start by making an envelope, because that's really where the crafting is going to be, because the other things I've already kind of prepped a bunch of stuff. So with this envelope die, let me get one of these out. These are the dies, all right? There we go. So these are the dies. And, you know, we show you on the back. So, oh, and by the way, if you didn't get this, because this did sell out, this sold out like, I think before I was even on HSN. Sold out really, really quick. And we are sending, they have ordered some more. We're going to be sending that out to them. And so I would check for this, and that we're going to try and keep tabs on it, see if, you know, as soon as it's out there, but it might be, you know, another couple of weeks. But there will be more of these. So, you know, stay tuned. If you didn't get one, they are going to be listing some more. What, Alan?
Oh, it says sold out still. Okay.
Yeah, it does say sold out.
Is there a wish list?
I don't know. Okay, so these are all of the dies. Oh, let me grab this again, just so you know what I'm doing. Ignore the warning. The warning that's on the back of the package here is just because it's a very large plastic bag, and it's a suffocation warning, and we're required by law to put that on there. So just show you this, what you're going to need. It says here on the back, all right, the largest die right here. That's what this is. You're going to need one cut of this. All right, so we're going to cut that one time. I've got that right here. All right, so let's put that there. We're going to need, so I'm just showing you because I've already cut it. Let me move this stuff over. I've created a mess. You can tell I'm not prepared. Okay, so with the next die, this is the one that creates the long edges. It says ×2, so we're going to need 2 of those. I've got 1 and then 2. All right, so we're good there. The short side of our slimline envelope says ×2. All right, so I've got 2 of those. That's all you have to cut. That's it. That's all you need to cut. And then it tells you how to adhere those 4 pieces to that center piece, and then you're good to go. The really cool thing about this is that you can have a longer, top opening where it opens on the short side envelope, or you can have it open on the long side for your envelope, depending on how you secure it down. It's really up to you. So it's really, really a great, great die set. And then these, of course, are just, these extra dies that come with it. These are just little borders. So if you want to create a fun little scalloped edge, you can do that. If you want to add some stitching onto your pieces, you can do that. That's all this does. And so on my pieces here, I'm going to hope that you can see this. This is the long side that I cut. This is the other long side I cut. But do you see that little scallop edge on there? I did that little scalloped edge. I cut it first just like this one. And then you just go back and you line it up so that your scallops go in the direction you want. If you want the scallops to go, to loop up like this, you would line it up that way. If you wanted your scallops to go down, you line it up that way. And you just line it up along the edge just like this. Okay, make sure it goes off the edge just a little bit, because when you look at the edge of your die, you have to remember there is an edge around all of the cut line there. And you want to make sure that that cut line is going to cut through the side or the edge. So you're just going to line it up like this, tape it down, run it through. And then when you're done, line it up again, run it through. And then the third time, line it up again and run it through. It also will work on these, the shorter edges, just like so. On here, you only have to line it up the one time because of the length. All right, and you just run it through. So that's what these are for. And then, like I said, this one will just add some really pretty stitching if you want to have stitching. So it's completely customizable and optional for you. So, oh, and another thing I should say, and I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me see if I can get, there you go. I think you can catch it. In the light here, it automatically will score the edges for you. Can you see that score line? Does that score line show up, Alan? Okay. Yeah. It's hard to see because it's so bright white and everything, but it's going to score all of these 4 pieces, all right, all your side pieces, so that you know exactly where to fold them. And then all you're going to do is fold along that edge. Actually, let me get a bone folder. Hold on a minute. Where'd it go? Here we go. So all you're going to do then is fold it along that edge, just like so. All right. And then you're good to go. All right. So it tells you exactly where to do that. And it makes it really easy for you to do it. Now I am using quite a heavy paper here because I'm going to be stenciling. I'm actually using my Bristol. This is my Strathmore Bristol Smooth Surface. I use this whenever I'm going to be blending with colors or with inks. And so I cut the entire envelope in it because I want the paper to match. Now you can cut these papers with beautiful patterns. You can use colored cardstock. You can do it however you want. But because I'm going to be doing some blending, I'm going to be customizing my envelope, I wanted to do it this way. Oh, Alan is saying if you add the envelope die is still on HSN. It'll say Slimline Envelope Die. It's still on HSN. It is sold out, but he's saying if you add that envelope die to your favorites on hsn.com, they will send you a notification when it's back in stock. So that's awesome. Very, very good. So then you will get an automatic notification. All right, so I'm going to set these pieces aside right now. This one here is going to be the main part of my envelope. So this is the one I'm going to play with. And I want to do a little bit of stenciling on it. And I have not planned anything. Let me move this stuff over. I haven't planned anything, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But this is going to be, I'm going to do a side folding envelope. So I'm going to have it like this, and not side folding, but a side opening on the long side. So mine's going to open like in this direction. So, you know, I would have like a little address thing up here, maybe address thing here, and then, you know, whatever. So I'm just going to play a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of taping off with my tape here. Let's see. What adhesive do you recommend for the envelope die is the question. I recommend a very, very strong adhesive for it. This is what I use. This is my Scotch Advanced Tape Glider. We do have this in the store. You can get this in a lot of places, but I would use a really, really good double-sided adhesive. All right. Let's see, I'm just going to do something kind of pretty in the corner here. Just like that. Mine's already sticky because I sprayed it with my Pixie Spray. Light Tack Repositionable Adhesive for Stencils. Perfect. I buy iCraft. I do not have this in the store, but it is good stuff. So I'm going to lay that here, and we're just going to stencil in this area here. So let me see if I can get, actually I kind of like where that was positioned. I want to get a full flower there. All right. Now, I've got a whole bunch of colors here that I had fun playing with. Let's see what I've got. I've got Banana Cream Pie, pretty yellow. Love this. This one is Olive Branch. I'm not gonna have room to put everything here, but we're gonna go for this here. Next, I've got Parisian Purple. Parisian. I don't know. Lala Lavender. Pink Tutu, because I was a ballerina. Yes, I was. Tickled Pink. So those are my colors. This is my color scheme. So I'm going to set a couple of these aside right now so I have room to work. And I've got my little blender brushes. I'm going to start with Banana Cream Pie, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to work with the stencil. And we're going to go for kind of a fun, you know, look to this. Nothing has to be perfect when you're working with these things. All right. So we're going to throw perfection out the window. All right, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of yellow, and let me show you, where's my packaging? We have some little flowers here. I don't really even know what they are, but they have little yellow or orange centers, whatever. I'm giving them yellow. On the package it says orange. So I'm looking for these little flowers here, and I'm just adding a tiny, tiny little bit of yellow. And yes, the yellow is going outside of the area that I really, you know, than it would be for that flower. But I don't care. We've even got one here. All right, so just a tiny, tiny little bit of yellow. The next color I'm going to grab is going to be Olive Branch. And I'm going to find where my leaves are in here, if I have any. There's one right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of color right in there. Here's one right here. And then let's see, do I have any other leafy areas in this area that I've chosen? Got one right down here. All right, so simple, really, really simple. Next, I'm going to grab Parisian Purple. And you're going to see me use my Grape 8 brush because I couldn't find the brushes that I had, but it's still purple, so I'm not really worried about it. And those little flowers that have that yellow on the inside, I'm going to give them a tiny little bit of that purple. And that's one. This is one right up in here. Can't really see it all, but that's all right. Now this purple is kind of a bit of a blue purple. And so for me, it looked maybe a little darker than I wanted. So I decided to pull in my La La Lavender and brighten it up. And I love having like a two-tone purple. So when I brought this in, I didn't bring it all over the place. I just kind of spotted it into those areas so that I could still see that blue purple, that Parisian purple in there a little bit as well. I think it just worked out beautifully. So just a tiny little bit. And yeah, some of the colors are blending together, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Next up is Pink Tutu. Now here, I've got these roses down here that I want to hit with this Pink Tutu. Really pretty. I actually got one up here because I got a tiny little bit of pink up in there. And I'm going to bring a little bit of pink into that one just so I have a tiny bit of pink up in that side. All right, so next up is going to be Tickled Pink. Somebody's saying, do we have a wish list that keeps coming and going on our web? Oh, is that you? Isn't the wish list up there anymore? On our website? Huh?
Not according to inquiring minds.
Well, what happened to it?
It comes and goes.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't find it. So.
Oh, that's very, I'll have to look at that and see. It shouldn't be coming and going. It should just be there.
Okay.
Well, that shouldn't be happening. That's very frustrating. I'm going to pop a little bit of pink up in there too. All right, so there we go. So I know it looks like a mishmash of color, but wait until I remove the tape because it really, I'm sorry, not the tape, but the stencil, because it really is pretty. Looky how beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's beautiful. So this is what it'll look like on that envelope. I'm going to do another right up here. I'm going to tape it off, and it may not be perfect, and I don't care. I don't care if it's exactly as the other one is. Let's see. That's roughly maybe. We'll go with that. And then I'm going to position this and maybe grab a different space. So I'm going to wipe this up just a little. Just because I don't want to get any of that color into the wrong area on my, make sure that's dry so it doesn't transfer. The wrong area on my stencil. So I'm going to grab a different part of the stencil here. And so just so it looks different, for variation. We have any other questions from anybody?
Question about which die cutter you use for long ones again.
Which what?
Which die cutting machine do you use for those long dies?
Well, you can use, what do I use? I use the Gemini. No, I've used the Gemini and I use the Big Shot.
I know one of my favorite machines. I know the Grand Calibers.
The Grand Caliber, you can use that, yeah.
It's really a matter of the long sandwich one.
Yeah, it's, you know, the thing is if you don't have a die cutting machine that has that extra long sandwich, then just cut it halfway. All right, so you're going to run it through, cut it, and then slide it back out the other direction, and then turn the whole sandwich around and cut the other side. That should work just fine. I've done that. I haven't had any issues. Okay, let me see. Let me get a little bit of my olive. Do I have any leaves in here? I'm not sure I had any leaves on this side. I see one over here, but that's not in there. I don't think I need to do any olive in this one. A little bit right here. Yep, that's it. All right, so let's put those two aside. Then we have our beautiful, beautiful Parisian Purple. And where's my color? Here we go. Let's see my flowers. Here we go. Beautiful purple. I love this color. It's like a blue purple. It's so pretty. And again, I'm not worried about whether or not I'm getting the color only in the area it should be in. Oh, I do see a little green spot right here at the bottom of this flower. I'm going to get a tiny little bit of green there. There we go. A little bit here just in case. And then next, I want to add in some of that La La Lavender just to brighten up that purple a tiny little bit. Kind of here and there, but not covering it all. And then Pink Tutu is going to cover where we have the roses. So this pretty much is what I'm going to use to cover anything that I haven't laid color down over yet. And then I'm going to come in with Tickled Pink. Again, to brighten that up in some areas. Add a little bit into maybe where that purple is too, just to get a little bit of that color there. So pretty. All right. So you can see how easy it is to use this. It's just so fun. And look how stunning. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous look. Pretty. Pretty and imperfect. I don't care if it's perfect. It's crafting, it's handmade, it's made with love, not a machine. There we go. Get that cleaned up a bit. I love that stencil. It's really beautiful. I'll lay that over the top there. And then that's really all we need to do with that stencil. And you know, you would do the same thing across the entire stencil. You know, if you were doing a larger area. So I'm going to set this piece aside. And where are my other pieces? Let me see. Here's my other pieces, because I think I want to do something with these as well. So I think it would be fun. This one is actually going to be the flap. And so I'm going to stencil. I'm actually, when this opens up, I want there to be a pattern, and I'm going to stencil a little bit of that floral right along this edge here, because I think that might be really pretty. I was actually thinking of stenciling this whole area. Would that be nice? Let's see. If this goes like this, this is the back of the envelope. Okay, so there's the one side of the envelope. If, let's say it would go this way, and this would open up like this. I think it would be really pretty if we had some of that beautiful kind of rose there too. So let's do that. I'm gonna stencil that. How do you come up with the names of the inks, I'm being asked? I don't know. That's a good question. I do name them all. I have named all the inks, and I don't know. I try and think about what the color reminds me of, what it makes me think of. And I don't know. I'm a bit goofy with stuff, so I'm going to do this in this direction. I can be a bit goofy with things, so I don't know if you guys have caught on to that or not, but Yeah, Anne's going, you think? Yes, I do think. So that's kind of how it is. I mean, I think about what the colors make me think of. And that's about it. So now if you notice, I'm going across a long area here that is far longer than my stencil is wide, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to this edge. I'm not going to ink along this edge here because the pattern gets cut off right here. And I don't want to have a part of a leaf. So this is a really good tip or a way for you to extend your smaller stencils across a longer area. So right now, I'm finding those little areas that I wanted to put that yellow, just like I did before. All right, so this was banana cream pie. Now I'm grabbing olive branch. And I'm going to look through here and see if I can find where my little leaves would be. Just dabbing in that color. And again, if it goes over a little bit, I'm not worried about it. Here's one. But I'm not going to do these leaves right here. I do have one right here, so I'm going to be a little cautious, a little careful that it doesn't get cut off there, so I'm not worried about that one. This is right here's the bottom of one of the flowers. And if you're not sure what this looks like, what you're looking at, then look at the back of the packaging. Here's the back of the packaging. You can keep this right here next to you so that you can see what it is you're coloring up and what color something might be. Okay? So we give you that little bit of an aid so you know what you're doing. Something to reference. I think that's it. If I find any more leaves, I will come back in with a little bit of that. Next up is my Parisian Purple. I can open it with one hand. Parisian? I don't know. Ask Stephanie. Parisian. I don't know. I always think about, I think I'm missing one of my brushes. Oh, here it is. I always think about when I was younger, I did this, oh my goodness, what was the name of the ballet? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. I can't think of the name of the ballet. Gigi. I did Gigi, and I actually played the youngest Gigi. I think I was about 13 for this ballet. And so when I think about the way that, like, I can't say it. Parisian, but they didn't say it like that. That's the whole thing. In the song, they almost say it like Parisian, like there's a W in there or something. I don't know.
It's like Pelagorian.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that
what?
Olive green that you're using?
That is olive branch, yes.
Olive branch, okay.
And so I always think, whenever I see that word, that's what I think of. And that's what I thought of when I saw this color, really, to be honest with you, was that ballet that I did. Because I played Gigi when she was the youngest. All right, so this is La La Lavender. And I want to add that little bit of purple in there, just to brighten that up. And it gives me kind of two purples, that kind of bluish purple, as well as this more vibrant, brighter purple. Pop that in. Really fun, really easy. And this is something where, I do this kind of stuff and I just put the music on. All right, so here we are with Pink Tutu. And I'm literally just going to fill in where I don't already have color. And I just noticed this is La La Lavender. I missed a flower here. Let me get some of that color in there. La La Lavender. So this is Pink Tutu, and it's okay even if you want to leave like some little white area in there. That's perfectly fine too. This is not supposed to be absolutely perfect. Again, it's crafty. It's supposed to look hand done and just, it's just beautiful. All right, so this is Tickled Pink. I'm coming in with some little hot spots in here. Hot spots of like brighter color. And now I'm going to move this, Wait until you see how gorgeous that is. Isn't that so pretty? I love this stencil. Now, you can see I don't have any hard edges over here. So I'm going to kind of line this up in here. I don't want it to be exactly as it was, but I do see like a green area there and a blue area. So I'm going to put this kind of near it and then go from there and just continue and not come across that hard edge again. So now I'm going to just kind of finish, make sure my stencil is going across the rest of the paper. So this is a really fun and easy way to extend your stencils. Let's see, here's a yellow spot, across a longer area. Super easy to do. Right now I'm just getting those little yellow spots in the middle of some of my little flowers here. Let's see if I have any more that maybe I missed. I don't see any, but I'll keep my brush there in case I come across one. So next up is my Parisian Purple. Stephanie's probably cringing every time I say that. Sorry, Steph.
Did you show how to use those edge dies, the optional ones?
Yes. Okay. Why? Is somebody saying something?
No.
I do see where I need a little bit of yellow there. I missed one here. That's okay. A little bit of purple in here. All right, now I need my Lala Lavender is next. And we're going to brighten that up. Again, not covering it completely, and it's okay if I get into the other flower area. Doesn't matter. Just want to have some bright spots. All right, down in here. This might be a little too bright. I'm going to add some of that Parisian Purple over the top of it. And next we have Olive Branch. So I can get my little leafy areas. And again, if you're not so sure where those leafy areas are, here's a flower. I can see at the base of it here, I've got a little bit of a leafy area. If you're not sure, then check out your packaging insert here. And don't go back over these areas that you've already done. There we go. All right, I think I've got all of those. If not, I will have my trusty olive branch right there ready for me. Now I've got pink tutu. So I'm going to come in and fill in with this beautiful, beautiful pink. You know, and then Pink Tutu was just a name that reminded me of, you know, ballet when I was a kid. There we go. Of course, I didn't do as much ballet in a tutu, to be honest with you. I did more of a, it was more character ballet. What? That
explains the cards.
You're funny.
You did scene building?
No, it's just, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not a real girly girl. So ballet was not my favorite. I loved like my jazz classes and tap classes and stuff, and I did not like to get all gussied up, so to speak. There we go. Gussied up. All right, so here we go. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that so pretty? It's just beautiful. I love it. So let me get this one cleaned up. There we go. You're probably wondering, how is she going to get to 3 projects in an hour? Look at the time already. Well, you will see. Now on the inside of this one, I wanted to do something, I just wanted to have a little bit of something. So I decided to do, where is my Parisian Purple one? I thought it would be fun just to have really soft, let me make sure this is going to, how soft this is going to be. Very, very pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. It looks more purple to me, but I thought it would be fun to just kind of have this on the inside of the envelope. Just a little bit. Let me see if I can line that up a little. This one has pattern to it, so I can line it up. Let's see how we did. Isn't that pretty? Just a little bit on the inside of the envelope. And then on this, if you want to add a little bit of that kind of here and there, you can do that. Isn't that pretty? Just a little bit of softness. I think it's pretty. There you go. That's what I would do. Of course, that's what I did, isn't it?
So is that 2 of them?
Well, no, not really.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that's 2 of them, but
Okay. You said 3 ways, then.
well, yes, but that's just to kind of play with that a little bit. I think it's fun. So now I'm going to show you how this goes together, because it's really, really easy.
Oh, it's 1 card. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this isn't the card. This is the envelope. So, all right, this is the top here. So I'm going to put this one, just because I want this to, I want it to kind of go in the same direction. So my flowers are going in the same direction. All right, so that's how I've done it. So this one I'm going to lay right here. So I'm just going to add my adhesive, like so. I actually like to line up this edge with my scored edge because I can see that scored edge easier. You will find, you know, as you use this die set that you're going to find your easiest, most comfortable way of doing it. All right. So you line that up and look how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? It's just beautiful. Now the others, doesn't really matter which, direction or position you go. I got that a little bit dirty there. Doesn't matter because that's going to be on the inside. I think I have ink on my hands. I should probably wash my hands. Did I do that on the wrong side? I think I did. Well, I'll flip it in the other direction then. Did I? Let me see. This has to go like this. Oh, for goodness sake. Sometimes I get it backwards. This has to go this way. So it goes this way. All right. To line it up so I make sure I'm opening it in the right direction. Line it up with that score line. What did I do? Did I tape it on the wrong side? I did. So let me flip that way. I have the card flipped over the wrong way. There we go. I think I had it scored the right way, or folded the right way the first time. And then I screwed it up. So now this is going to fold in just like that. All right. This one goes here and this one goes here. So let me get the tape. Just like so. I like to go right up to the edge. There we go. And then this one is going to go here. What?
Did you answer that?
Hold on. Give me just a second. Oh, Peggy's asking, how long did you do ballet? Oh boy. That's a good question. Till I was about, I would say 19 or 20. I started dance classes when I was about 4 or 5. And I'm not sure what year I started. I don't know how old I was when I started ballet, to be perfectly honest with you. I really don't know. But I started dance classes when I was about 4 or 5, and I did up until I was about 19 or 20. So a question, can you put the stamp on the inked stenciled part, or do you have to go below it? Oh, the postage stamp? I don't know why not. I think you could. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to put your. It could all be patterned. Yeah, because the whole thing could all be patterned. You can put your. You can absolutely put your stamp there. So, if I want this to be top opening, all right, then I fold up. I choose which one's going to be the top. I would fold this up just like this, and I would adhere, you know, the bottom part of this side, and then I would put tape here, and then it would open this direction. Okay, but I want it to be opening on the short side. Got extra tape here. Or on the long side. So I'm going to put my tape right here, right? So it's a good thing to kind of fold it in and see where am I going to adhere it. So it's going to be right here on these sides, all right? So I put my tape there, put my tape there. And I'm going to fold that in. And then we are good to go. So now I have my beautiful custom envelope. All right, I didn't hit my edge there very well when I put it together, but that's not going to matter. I think it's really pretty. There's my custom envelope. Now, what is this going to go with? Isn't that pretty? I think that stencil is just stunning. I love that. I think it's gorgeous. Really pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Okay. So I did say we were going to have this stencil 3 ways. So let me show you what I did. Let me show you where I made my mistake. This is what I did with my mistake, first of all. I said, I'm going to use my envelope, so I need to make a slimline card. So what do? I came up to the studio and I made an A2 card. And it wasn't until I was done with it that I went, wait a minute, that's not going to fit. So, So I did an all over pattern, just like so. And then I used my A2 layered card toppers to cut one in white, a beautiful coordinating purple for the medium size, and then the smaller size for that beautiful, beautiful stenciled piece. And now we're just going to put a little bit of foam on this because you know how I am about that, right? I love dimension on my cards. Let's put that in the middle because I didn't cut that long enough. I'm going to have a longer piece on either side. So it fully supports. There. And then, so I literally stenciled it exactly the same way. I think that's centered. I can't get my head right over the top of it. It's not centered. Let's see. There we go. And then I'm going to put this one directly over that one, but I'm going to put this flat on it because I don't want the card to be too bulky. And then very, very simply, where's the rest of it? Where's my envelope? Oh, this is what I had. This has got to go on the top of my card base. Just like so. I think this is a fantastic option when you want to make a gorgeous, gorgeous card, but you want to do it really fast. You stencil, and then you literally just cut 3 layers with your dies. And then here, I've already gone ahead and I stamped my Get Well stack. And I went ahead, let's get these out of here. Let's try and get these all to pop out of here. Oh, for goodness sake, really? You know that would fall out just all over the floor at any other time. And then, so this is what you get from those. And I actually stamped this in La La Lavender. And then I used some clear, what did I use on it? I used my clear embossing powder on it. I love this one. Feet up, let everyone else do the work. Rest, relax, recover, feet up, let everyone else do the work. So what if we put 2 of those and we put them just like that? Maybe down here. I don't know if I like that being that long. So how about this one? Spoonful of sugar, sending a spoonful of sugar. Feel better soon, sending a spoonful of sugar. I think that looks cuter. I like that better in that size. So we're going to do those. All right, so of course they need to be popped up on foam, right? That is the way we roll. There we go. Let's cut this one in half. Is that too wide? Nah. Too long? Nah. Works. All right, so feel better soon. I want to get this straight and I want to get it a little bit north of center, but centered horizontally. So let me look at that in the camera and see how that looks. I think it looks pretty good. And then I, of course, move it, right? I think that looks pretty good. I'm not going to press that down yet because I want to see if I like it in position with the sending a spoonful of sugar. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Oh, no.
Alan used to call me Mary Poppins when we were first together.
Practically perfect in every way.
Yeah, he just said it. He would say I was practically perfect in every way. Notice I had to remind him about that. He hasn't said it in quite a while. Isn't that pretty? I think it's beautiful. I love the colors. I think it's gorgeous. So this is what I had planned to make, but it's not going to fit in this envelope. So then the question then becomes, what will? So then I had to make something. I had to plan something that was going to fit. So I had something else. What are you doing?
I'm measuring you.
You're measuring me? What are you measuring me? What do you mean you're measuring me?
I'm measuring you with a tape measure.
Oh, to see if I'm practically perfect in every way?
Right.
Okay, now here I need a card base for a Slimline card, right? Now, our Slimline cards, I cut this. Here's what I did, just to show you. Oy, 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 oy. Where's the rest of my stuffs? Here we go. This is what happens when I get too many things going at one time. All right, so here's what I did. Let me put all this together. I'll show you how this fits. I got it wrong. It's upside down. It fits like this. Helps that the pattern lines up, right? So this is how this lines up. So I'm going to show you what I did, because I just literally just grabbed a whole piece and just stenciled the whole thing. And then you'll notice that each of these pieces line up perfectly. It's like a little puzzle. So I stenciled that whole rectangle, all right, just like you saw me do on the envelope. And then I used my Slimline corner scallop, this one right here. I used the inner die right there. Well, first I used the outer die to cut this piece here. Then I used the inner die there to cut out that little frame piece right there, all right? Then I used my little hearts here, my beautiful scalloped hearts, to cut out these beautiful little windows. And so now I have these gorgeous windows. And so I'm going to lay this one directly on here, like so. This is my plan. We're going to see if it's going to come together. So let me get my adhesive on here. I'm going to make sure it's going to stay on all sides, even through the center. All right. Alan actually came over to see what I'm doing. He never does that.
I can't see anything.
And then I'm going to lay this one on here, trying to center it, so bear with me. Can't get my head right in there. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to pop each of these up on some foam to create some pretty dimension. Let's see if one layer is going to be enough. Oh, I think it is. I like how that looks. I am going to put a little tiny piece. I'm going to raise this one up a bit and put this piece down below, just so we have enough support underneath it. I'm going to lay that there. So pretty. Do I have the wrong one? Let me see if I have the right piece. Yeah, just for a moment I thought maybe I had the wrong one. There's one. Here's the other. Just like so. Now I need a card base. Now this measures 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I'm going to utilize this piece right here. This is already 8 1/2, and then I'm going to cut to 3 1/2 twice. So I need to go to 7 inches. This is 11 inches in length, so I'm going to trim off 4. Let's hope I did that right. I've been known to do it wrong. We'll see. If I did it wrong, I'll do another one. Now I'm going to score this at 3 1/2. And I'm going to put my adhesive on my card front, my card base, I should say. Actually, let me think. Ooh, don't slide that over there. Let's move that in a bit. I'm going to open this up because it's not going to lay flat. Now this is going to frame it beautifully because I made the base a little bit longer. So I'm going to get a nice white frame around it. So I intentionally made the base 1/4 inch larger. So that is going to be my beautiful card. And on here now, let's open that up, I can put a really pretty little sentiment. So very simply, I can put sending big hugs right here, which I think is really cute. Hope you feel better soon is a little bit larger and I think is very fitting. I love this feet up and let everyone else do the work. I'll always be here for you. That's really pretty too. But this one I think gets a little too close to the others. So I'm going to use Hope You Are Feeling Better. trim this one. All right, if you haven't gotten a comment out there already, make sure you do, because Alan's going to be drawing a winner in a moment. There we go. So this, my friends, is the third way that you can use a stencil. Just for tonight. 1, 2, 3. Center that on that heart. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave that. So that is number 3. So here was my little mistake, and I could go ahead and do a little bit of fun work on that card. That could be really nice. So there's number 1. Here is number 2. So number 1 is on the front of an A2 card. Number 2 is to extend it and make it fit across a larger area like a slimline. And then you can use it to do a beautiful coordinating envelope like that. Isn't that so pretty? I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then I even have this piece that I cut out. This was what I had left over. So I can still use this to frame and make a 4th piece with the stenciling and the pieces and the die cuts and stuff that I've got. So anyway, that is it. I hope you like these. It's really fun to do. Alan, you want to switch us back to the other camera? I hope you enjoyed that. So that was fun. Yay. I'm so glad it worked out. Yay. And somehow we managed to only go over by 2 minutes. Yay. All right. So per usual, we have a giveaway. Can you guess what the giveaway is going to be tonight?
No idea.
No idea.
The cards?
No, it's going to be a bursting bouquet stencil. So you guys can do this stenciling yourself. So drum roll, please. We need a winner. Who's the winner, Alan?
Let me see.
For the bursting bouquet stencil. You'll get a brand new one, a clean one, not the one that I've been using. Stacy Schuer. Stacy, you are the winner of the bursting bouquet stencil. Yay! Stacy, I need you to do me a favor, please, and send us an email to customerservice@ldrscreative.com, and we will get your stencil right out to you as soon as we have your complete mailing address there. So make sure you include that. And this, again, is, make sure I have this right side up. This is the beautiful card and the matching envelope. Isn't that pretty? I think it's just gorgeous. I love it. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope I taught you something tonight. And if not, then I hope you just at least had a little bit of fun with me. So I had a blast. I really, really love this stencil. I think that these colors look phenomenal together. And for those of you that got the envelope, I hope you are going to have a lot of fun with it because it really is cool. And it makes absolutely gorgeous, customized, coordinating envelopes to go with your cards. So perfect. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I had a wonderful evening. I really enjoyed being here with you guys. We will be right back here again on Thursday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you in a couple of days. Bye, everybody.